election. President Barack Obama officially endorsed Hillary Clinton in a video. We'll play some clips from that later. And Bernie Sanders, as we talked about yesterday, started to make the moves that he ultimately is going to need to make to save face and back out of the race and probably offer a level of support to the presumptive Democratic nominee, Hillary Clinton. On the phone, we have Rick Klein, ABC News political director. Big day yesterday, right, Rick?
It was indeed a rather incredible series of events to have this meeting with Bernie Sanders, then the endorsement, then Elizabeth Warren's endorsement, and then Bernie Sanders himself in D.C., still sounding like a candidate, even though I think it's pretty clear that things are winding down.
My reading of some of the things that Mr. Sanders had to say yesterday indicates to me he understands where this is going, and it's just sort of beginning the slow process of finding a way to help direct his supporters to the Hillary Clinton camp.
I think that's right. I mean, I think, clearly there are passions involved in this, and it's not an easy thing to wind things down when you spend so much time railing against the other candidate. But it seems to me like things are coming to a sort of predictable end, and that we're going to see the end of his campaign in a rather orderly way. I think it's tough, but I think the president's role in this and Elizabeth Warren's role in this not to be understated throughout, and the Democrats would much rather be where they are in terms of party unity than where the Republicans are.
How important for Hillary Clinton ultimately in the general election was the endorsement of President Barack Obama?
I think these are mixed blessings in the sense that it's very hard to get a party elected 3 times in a row. It's only happened once in the last half century. But Obama, he's actually seen his approval ratings jump up in the age of Donald Trump and the rise of Donald Trump. And I think there's still a way for him to be extremely effective in particular pockets of the country, in some battleground states with minority voters. The Clinton campaign feels like they can put him just about anywhere right now, and I think you look at the murderer's row of surrogates between him and Bill Clinton, and of course Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren, and at some point Bernie Sanders. That's a pretty formidable bench.
Elizabeth Warren yesterday took off after Donald Trump, and she's been doing this pretty consistently over the last month or so. How important is that for Hillary Clinton? Because that's where she seems to have her weakest support, is the left wing of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, I mean, she needs her base, obviously. And to see Elizabeth Warren out there essentially auditioning, it seems to me, for the vice presidency is a window into, what kind of surrogate she can be when her heart is in it. And I think her heart is now getting in it. And Hillary would definitely take that and will definitely need that.
On this Donald Trump side, on the Republican Party, things were a little bit quieter yesterday, although I see he's out with an angry tweet directed towards Elizabeth Warren today, so some things just don't change. Are Republicans still jumping ship over there, or are they just sort of waiting to see what Trump's next explosion is going to be?
Yeah, I think they're deeply disappointed in what they've seen over the last week or so, and the comments about the judge of Mexican heritage, and it seems like they're slightly encouraged by the fact that Trump isn't digging any deeper and has backtracked a little bit on those initial comments. But there's no question that they're disappointed in what they've seen from Mr. Trump, and they're saying so publicly, which is rather extraordinary at this stage of the process.
Rick Klein, ABC News political director, thanks for joining us this morning.
Hey, thank you.